So there's some evolution going on, but you're staying true to your roots.
Yeah, it's an evolution. It's a revolution.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I can see where you get your songs from.
You just add an R. God, I love the English language. So easy to sound clever.
So where did it all start for you? And why are you called the bedroom philosopher? Exactly.
Well, I'm about the 316th descendant of bedroom philosophers, and the original bedroom philosopher went on an RSL tour with Confucius in 300 BC. And that's the story my mum told me. But then I found out that it's actually because I had a segment, a popular national youth radio station in Australia, and the program manager of the particular show that I was on just said, your songs sound like bedroom philosophy. And that's how it stuck. So I guess it's a description of the sort of the combination of I guess your sort of dreamy kind of folk-like music with quite stream of consciousness, sort of acute lyric writing style. And I guess it started, I don't know, primarily from going through in talent quests in high school, and I once went in and wrote a sort of parody song about home and away, called the Home and Away Song. And
a little song, it's called the Home and Away Song, and it's about home and away. Yes, that's right. Turned on the TV screen and there was Irene. She makes me scream, wish I'd never seen her. Going off at Selena. Nest flaming, Alfred's flaming, shopping, comes tugged by a carton of milk. And Al's gonna give him a lecture on why shouldn't move to the farm, move your arm. There's Michael and Pippa, oh no, the boat shed's going broke. Whoopie-doo, big deal, what's new? You've been saying that for the last 5 years. Give us a beer, there's Fisher with a frown on his face, yelling at some school kids. And there's Sally reading a book, take a look. There's Jack and his mouse farm, move your arm. There's Roxy, does she love him or not? Who cares? Angel and Shane, what a pain. They should just learn to love each other. Get married, go to Queensland. It's gotta be better than living in Summer Bay. Hey, hey, there's Sarah with a really tight top. Oh, whoa. Anyway, home and away, no way. Nicky and Glenn, well then, think I watched Sale of the Century. Thanks. Yeah.
I just realised then at an early age the power of combining music with lyrics that talk about an actual thing. You don't have to do much. It's like, turned on the TV screen and there was Irene, wish I'd never seen her, going off at Selena.
People love pop culture references, especially if they rhyme. So you're onto a pot of gold there.
Yeah.
I think.
Just get yourself a rhyming dictionary and a copy of Who magazine and a guitar.
You were actually contemplating becoming a journalist at one stage? You actually considered that, staying in Burnie and becoming a journalist?
And so I was just like, I guess I'll be a journalist at the Advocate in Burnie because, I don't know, I'm good at writing. That was the limit of my creative scope for my life.
You could have been that guy, like, if I'd gone to Burnie, I would have picked up the local paper and you'd be writing this really, really strange kind of local column and reporting on some kind of local flower show or something, and it would be rather odd and surreal. You could have been that guy. You could have been a wag.
Yeah, sort of writing, psychedelic stories about the Tulip Festival. My theatre teacher, actually, just before the end of Year 12, pulled me up in the corridor and went, oh, okay, just imagine waking up in the middle of winter in Burnie and going to work for the newspaper, and then just think about that. And then I just sort of ran into the career advisor's office and picked up a pamphlet for the University of Canberra. Professional writing course, ended up doing that. I'm really glad I did that.
Sometimes the ABC actually can find unknown talents and bring it to the whole nation. It actually worked in your case. How did it actually work for you, Justine?
That Heywire competition they had.
Heywire. 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 The voice of regional youth. The voice
of Justin Hazelwood, Canberra.
Urban Turban was formed in 1999 and has a rich and colourful history spanning over several weeks. The band met at the now infamous Table 21 during a $5 meals night at the Canberra Labour Club. After toasting with their chicken schnitzel burgers to music, the vibe, and being famous, they vowed to create the greatest musical band there ever was. Justin Hazelwood was the band's only overseas student. Born and bred in Burnie, Tasmania, Justin had recently recorded a raw CD of originals including Smells Like Hellier Spirit, a song he wrote for the final day assembly at Hellier College.
We even do some work, it's true, hell yeah, but only the night before it's due, hell yeah, and we bask in the sun, 'cause I'm chilling with my friends, and the feeling never ends, and we find it all too fun, got our smiles, got our health, got a chance to be ourselves.
Do you have a current philosophical, this is the highbrow question for the whole interview, do you have a current philosophical outlook on life at the moment that you can share with us?
Yes. Basically, don't worry what other people think about you, because everyone's too worried about themselves to ever be looking at you that closely. You are an infinite rainbow space bag of cosmic yay. Life is precious. Get a wriggle on Pooglet.
Now, Justin, of course, you're one of 37 young Australians who will be converging on Canberra this week to attend the Heywire Youth Issues Forum. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be probably one of the most unique things we've ever done.
What was the inspiration behind the work that you did? Why did you decide to work on bands? You're a musician yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably my main passion. It's the thing that gets me the most excited, and I sort of needed that to fuel my piece.
And when we say musician, what instrument do you play?
Acoustic guitar mainly.
Right.
Yeah. And really love writing my own songs and performing around the place and stuff.
So how long did it take you to make the decision to enter Heywire?
Well, actually, I was working in the college, the uni magazine, and I got a call from the organiser, and she basically just talked me into doing it. So, over the phone. I didn't really know much about it until she was sort of publicising it and talking me into going into it at the same time.
So were you in a quandary as to what you'd present?
Yeah, because I sort of thought, I don't really know much about the country versus city debate or whatever, because that's what it's usually concerned with. But I thought, music sort of has such a universal appeal that, I thought that's what I could bring to it. A musical approach.
Together, the trio gave birth to some of the most influential songs of the millennium, with none of them remembering how to play them the next morning. During these early days, the band played a string of secret gigs on the abandoned stage on campus, usually towards midnight, with a couple of fans and security witnessing. Armed with nothing more than acoustic guitars and the occasional carrot for a greater solo, the boys had stumbled upon their own unmistakable turban sound.
Greater solo!
What about scripting it once you started? Because, of course, 3 minutes might not seem like a very long time, but it can be an extraordinarily long time on radio.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had to chop quite a lot out of it, including I sort of talked quite a bit about, I introduced my two friends in the piece, and I sort of had to cut a bit of theirs out, so I hope they're not to cut with me.
So all in all, how long did it take you, Justin, to put it all together?
Well, I sort of got in this sort of whirlwind of, I don't know, when I sort of do something, I sort of totally consume myself with it. And I only had about a day. I sort of left it to the last minute, as I usually do.
Yeah. Sounds a bit like a university assignment.
I treated it exactly like that. And I worked out mathematically the last possible moment I could leave it to start doing it, and then I sort of just went wild.
DJ, let the bass drum go like
The year 2000 has been a big one for the Turban.
Here's Johnny.
Inspiring the university to establish acoustic Wednesdays in the bar once a week and making it into the ACT finals of the campus band competition. And as far as their battle with electronica goes, as the Turbans say, if you can't beat them,
you make them go like
cover them.
Heywire.
So I did a mock J file on my band that had only existed for about 3 weeks, like the full history of my band. I knew Triple J Morning Show would be coming to one of the Heywire seminar things, and I was like, I could write a song, and if I get to play it and they like it, they'll probably ask me to play it on the live broadcast the next day. And
last year during Heywire, a young bloke by the name of Justine Hazelwood wowed everybody with his prowess on the guitar and his great songs, and last night he did it again at a Heywire forum. We thought we'd invite him along to perform for us live. Make him welcome live from the foyer of the Visitor Centre at the AIS, Justine Hazelwood, everybody.
Thank you. I woke up smelling Australian air, and I must have pulled apart my underwear last night. And I had a loose thread, and I get fidgety when I get things in my head. And I can't sleep, and I must have had a loose thread in my brain. Something like, gee, I wish it would rain. Rain is the soundtrack to my life. The rain on the roof, that's my number one hit. Ain't that the truth when your heart's like a chicken in a pillowcase? Every time you think about the pimples on your face, or your sinful tastes, or the money that you waste, or the time that you were late and your friend said, fair dinkum, mate. Fair dinkum, mate. Now maybe your friends don't all talk like Alf Stewart, but I made a point and I think that you knew it. Things sound better when they rhyme. And we worry all the time. I worry about my hair, about time going fast. I worry about the future, even though that's the last thing I should be worrying about. When I haven't finished with the past, I worry about things I said and conversations that weren't groovy. And I've read the book and I can tell you, mate, the book isn't as good as the movie. Because when you analyse yourself constantly, you forget simple things like the fact that you're not perfect. You're not perfect, see, and neither am I, cause that last line didn't even rhyme, and I don't even mind. Do I look like I mind? Prove to you the density of my mindset. I've taken a whole verse and I haven't even got out of bed yet. That was just something like a yawn that I needed to get out before the dawn. I'm funky, I'm spunky, I'm catwalking my way home. I'm fire, I'm haywire. This is a radio edit of my soul. If I had $1 for every time I press snooze, I'd have enough for a small mining operation in Beirut. If I had $1 for every time I had $1, I'd still be borrowing money. It's just a bit like that, isn't it?
everything just fell into place. It was quite crafty. When I played the song, I went back to the producer, Vicki Kerrigan, and was sort of going, do you reckon maybe I could do some more songs? And she got me in touch with Jim Trail in Canberra and gave me the name The Bedroom Philosopher.
It's a good name.
So yeah, I sort of went on this songwriting blitz. It was my first year out of uni, so I was sort of freaking out because I was out of the safety bubble of school. And I was just working a bar job, wandering around writing lyrics on the back of Keno tickets, trying to come up with songs every week. Just an ice cream wrapper would fall on the ground. I'm like, Golden Gay Time, there's a song in that. My nan really likes Radiohead, there's a song.
Boy, that's the 21st century version of Dostoevsky in Poverty, isn't it? I had to write my lyrics on the back of old Keno tickets.
Yeah, I've still got them.
The bitter years of struggle.
The Army. Signing up. Ben Folds on Triple J. Just done a lap of the country, putting on some fantastic solo shows, and that's Army. It's 8 minutes to 10. Right now on the morning show, we'd like to introduce you to a young singer-songwriter we discovered in the nation's fair capital, I should say, of Canberra.
Hit the snooze button on life. Take 5 minutes out from the strife. This is Justine Hazelwood, living on the edge of my bed.
That's right, his name's Justine Hazelwood, and he's our bedroom philosopher. And every now and then he's going to share his thoughts of life with us from the end of his bed. And this morning he's been pondering the musical taste of your family.
My nan really likes Radiohead, but my pop thinks it's all a lot of noise. My nan's favourite album is Kidday. Hey, she likes to put it on while she does the housework. She appreciates the fact that they weren't afraid to experiment. But my pop thinks it's all a lot of noise. Well, my pop prefers a bit of progressive house. Paul Mac and Kenobi are his faves. He says it gets him pumped up before his game of bowls. But Nan reckons he only likes it because he's deaf. Well, we tried to book Radiohead for Nan's 80th birthday, but their manager said they weren't coming to Australia this year.
So this week, with the rest of the Heywire people, what's happening? Do you know?
Yeah, well, I do. I'm very well read in what's going on. Basically, on the Monday you sort of get introduced to everyone, and then on Tuesday you're off with Outward Bound. I think they take you out in the bush and sort of have you doing all these wild things.
So
character building, basically.
Yeah.
And you're sort of left with a match and a hanky MacGyver style, and you sort of have to do some character building exercises, I think. And then on Wednesday we've got...
those that are left.
Are you having fun so far today?
I'm having a ball. I get to wear these overalls as well.
And they're so attractive too.
It's my green.
You've only had a couple of days of it so far, but basically, what do you reckon you'll take away from the Heywire experience?
Well, just like instantly, everyone's on the same level and stuff. I think because we're all sort of motivated people, so we're all sort of getting along really well. Everyone's really open-minded and stuff.
What's the plan?
Right, we've got 4 inner tubes. We've tied them together, and we've got one person sitting in the middle of them, and we're going to be dragged across by rope across a raging river.
Do you think it'll work?
No. But the theory is wonderful. The theory is just genius. But
so you're only sending the one person across?
At this point, we're starting off slowly and see how confident we get with it. We might go up to 2 or even 10.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Just a second, be really careful though, like be really try and get really balance.
The idea is to paddle straight out there.
Do you feel safe?
No, not really. I feel a bit frightened. Wet and cold, and I feel small. I'm feeling awkward, like a budgie sitting on Sandra Sully's head as she reads the news about something quite devastating, perhaps an earthquake, and I don't know where to look. I'm feeling insecure, like an emu hosting the Oscars for the first time, trying to read the nominations, but just pecking the microphone. I'm feeling overwhelmed, like a wombat at a Tool concert, trying to understand the intense prog rock. Like Tool, I do things my own way, my poos are square. I'm feeling alive, like a cat down the water slide. If I died in my sleep right now, I'd come back a happy cow. If I died in my sleep right now, I'd come back a happy cow. Moo moo moo. I'm missing the point, like a fly sitting on Osama bin Laden's knee, too busy excreting muck to alert the authorities. I've got no chance, like a monkey on sale of the century, sitting on 20 the entire episode. I pressed my buzzer once,
get a fright by Glen Ridge, and then I run away. I'm in the groove like a crab down the luge. I can't do justice like a duck playing Hamlet.
Oh, he's absolutely magical. It's Justin Hazelwood. That's a new track from him when he's feeling a little bit awkward about pretty much everything.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was quite cool. Yeah.
Is it just fun, do you think, you get out of it, or is there something else?
I learnt the importance of teamwork and the importance of not having tissues in your pocket if you're going in a river.
Oh, the Ants got out with the Heywire team on their outward bound day.
And that's an important lesson to be learnt too, Chris. And also important is tissues in the wash.
Yes.
Oh, don't you love them? Yeah. Looks like you've got really bad dandruff on your black T-shirts, I've got to tell you.
Check all of those pockets.
I'm so postmodern, all my clothes made out of sleeping bags. I don't need pockets, I'm a pocket myself.
I'm doing my washing, my underpants and moshing. I'm separating the colours and the whites. Then I realise that's what causes all the fights. Throw them in together, let the colours run forever, and we'll wear the white pink socks of peace